These are the 5 best travel credit cards of 2023 with no annual fee. Hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. And for those of you who are new just joining us, hi, my name is John of John's Finance Tips. I am the guy who's had way too many credit cards and millions more of miles and points. But luckily, I've been able to redeem a lot of my points for free travel. In fact, just this year, in the past 5 weeks or so, I managed to travel to Thailand, Japan, and Italy, all on points, all flying business class. Now, of course, it's not quite as simple as wake up one day and I just want a free flight. There's a lot of legwork involved. There's transfer partners, award charts, sweet spots, and honestly, I understand that that's probably overwhelming for a lot of people, especially if, hey, I'm taking 1 or 2 trips a year at most. And so today, I figure we just drop the razzle-dazzle, remove some of the complexity, and go back to basics to talk about some of the best travel cards in the game with no annual fee. The big caveat to call out is because there's no annual fee, they are missing some of the oomph that some of the more premium cards have. But regardless though, these cards are still solid for everyday traveling, especially if you're gonna get abroad. With that said, folks, if that is something that sounds like a plan to you, then pop a squat, tap that little thumb icon. And if you'd like to support my channel in any way, you can feel free to check out any of my affiliate links in the description box below. And we're gonna go ahead and dive right in. For all 5 cards, we'll talk about their sign-up bonus, their earnings, their benefits, and kind of any comments or verdicts or recommendations I have. Coming in at number 5, we have a crowd favorite, a fan favorite, one of my very first credit cards ever, and that is the Discover It Cashback. This card has a unique sign-up bonus in which it will actually cashback match you for everything you earn in the first year. In addition, this card comes with a 0% APR promotion for the first 15 months. Earnings. This card will earn 5% cashback on rotating categories that change every single quarter. So for this current quarter, we have Amazon.com and Target. If you buy anything there, you'll get 5% cash back. And remember, this card has a sign-up bonus that doubles your cash back. So effectively, it's 10% cash back. And this is for up to $1,500 of purchases in the quarter. Some other bonus categories they've had throughout the year are things like gas stations, wholesale clubs, as well as restaurants. Now let's talk about benefits. The thing with the Discover It is it's really kind of an entry-level beginner card. But the main benefit, of course, is the fact that there's no foreign transaction fees. Other than that though, there's not a whole ton there, but we're also not gonna be looking for a whole ton because of the tier in which this card is. So I would say this is a phenomenal card for someone who's in college, who's studying abroad, you're just kind of getting going, you wanna get approved for a card and you're not ready to handle all the annual fees and all that stuff. Well, this is a good card to take abroad because there's no foreign transaction fees. And if you're interested, comment down below, or I could link above over here where I show you how you could potentially get over $1,000 of cashback value from just having this no annual fee starter Discover It. Coming in at number 4, we've got the Capital One Quicksilver. Another fan favorite card. This card has a sign-up bonus of $200 after you spend $500 within the first 3 months. This card will also give you 0% APR promotion for the first 15 months. As far as earnings, this card earns 1.5% cashback everywhere. That's it, you don't have to think about it. There's no rotating categories unlike with Discover. Of course, the earnings is a little bit lower, but still 1.5% is very competitive in this beginner space. Next up, we have benefits. So this card, of course, has no foreign transaction fee. In addition, this card will actually give you a complimentary Uber One membership until November of 2024. And what exactly is Uber One? Well, with Uber One, you'll get $0 delivery fees on eligible food purchases. In addition, you'll get 10% cash back off of eligible Uber Eats purchases. Now, what's my recommendation or verdict for this card? Absolutely love the Quicksilver. This, again, similar to Discover, is kind of in that beginner category, but I really like that there's a $200 sign-up bonus after you spend $500. So instead of getting the double cash back, maybe you just wanna save $200 off the bat. Coming in at number 3, and we've got a card that has a little bit more bells and whistles, and that is gonna be the Capital One Saver One sign-up bonus. With this card, you will earn a $200 sign-up bonus after you spend $500 within the first 3 months. You're also gonna get a 0% promotional APR offer for the first 15 months. Next, we have earnings. This card will earn a whopping 3% cash back at dining, entertainment, popular streaming services, and grocery stores, and 1% cash back everywhere else. And similar to the Capital One Quicksilver, this card will also allow you to enroll in a complimentary Uber One membership until November of 2024, which is gonna give you things like 10% cash back at Uber or Uber Eats. And of course, this card comes with no foreign transaction fee. My comments and verdict, this card is actually a phenomenal card to stack in what I would call the ultimate 2-card combo. I guess this is 2-card combo with the Capital One Venture X, which is my top premium travel card of 2023. If you want to see how to do that, you can check out a link up here, but the TLDR is these two complement each other. You can transfer the points back and forth, and it's just phenomenal for someone who wants to really optimize what they carry in their wallet, of course, as well as for travel. But of course, you don't have to get that card to get value out of the Savor One. Now on to number 2. This is gonna be the Wells Fargo Autograph. And let's take a moment and pause here and talk about this. Specifically, Wells Fargo. Listen, it's not lost on me. Wells Fargo has been embroiled in a lot of scandal. But of course though, as someone who primarily talks about credit cards and getting max value from your credit cards, I have no problem opening up Wells Fargo credit cards. They have all of the right fraud protections in place. The banking issue, that I'm gonna leave to their banking division and the banking teams. But when it comes to recommending their various card products, I have absolutely no reservations recommending them because again, if there's an issue, you call, they resolve it, you're good to go. And that's part of why I also love credit cards because oftentimes the fraud protection is just way better compared to checking and banking accounts. That's why you should always use a credit card for purchases. So this card will earn a 30,000 point /miles sign-up bonus after you spend $1,500 within 3 months. And the value of those 30,000 point /miles is gonna be about $300. This card also offers an introductory promotional APR of 0% for the first 12 months. This card will earn 3 points for every dollar that you spend at restaurants, gas stations, on transit, popular streaming services, phone plans, and travel, and 1x everywhere else. Now on to benefits. This card does come with cell phone insurance, which is cool. So you pay for your cell phone bill with the credit card, and if your phone is damaged or stolen, you're covered up to $600 with a $25 deductible. In addition, this card, of course, has no foreign transaction fee. So my verdict and recommendation, I think it's phenomenal to have a card with no foreign transaction fee, no annual fee, and the fact that you're earning 3x on travel. Trust me, folks, this isn't common at this category, so I would definitely consider jumping on this card, especially if you can take advantage of the other elevated earnings, which is gonna be that 3x on restaurants, as well as 3x at gas stations. And coming in at number 1, we have the Bilt MasterCard. This is actually one of my favorite no annual fee cards, period, across the board, but it's phenomenal that it's also such an overpowered travel card. So let's get into it. Sign-up bonus. Fortunately, this is the only area where I feel like the card falls slightly short in the fact that it doesn't actually have a publicly available sign-up bonus. However, there are a lot of reports of people who get the card and then they get an email from Bilt saying, hey, if you spend any amount of money in the next 5 days on the card, you're actually gonna get 5x per dollar spent. So that's cool. Fortunately, you can't count on it, but it seems like it's relatively available. Next up, we have earnings. This card is gonna earn 3 points per dollar spent on dining, 2 points per dollar spent on travel, 1 point per dollar spent everywhere else, and oh yeah, 1 point per dollar spent on rent, with a limit of 100,000 points coming from that category each year. There is literally no other credit card on the marketplace that does this. And here's how it does it in a couple ways. The first way is if your apartment is part of the Bilt Alliance, then you can just automatically use your card to pay through their portals and you're not gonna have to pay a processing fee. The other way is if your landlord charges a processing fee, well, Bilt gives you an account number and a routing number so you can pay as if it's kind of like a checking account. In addition, Bilt will actually cut a check to your landlord on your behalf and you still get the points. So if you're paying $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month in rent, why not get 12,000, 24,000, or 36,000 points? Now onto the benefits. Of course, the first to call it is there's no foreign transaction fee, but what makes this card punch way above its weight class is the fact that it offers transfer partners. What are transfer partners? Remember earlier how I said, hey, I was doing this razzle dazzle, free flights, business class, all that stuff? Well, that was because of transfer partners. And most of the times, actually almost all the time, in order to transfer your points from a credit card company to an airline or hotel, that credit card has an annual fee. Bilt MasterCard, no annual fee. And not only is it any transfer partners, they are some of the most valuable partners in the game. American Airlines, Hyatt, Flying Blue, Air Canada's Aeroplan. These are extremely valuable if you want to unlock the top tier travel. Of course, you don't have to, but the fact that this is on a card of the caliber that Bilt is absolutely incredible. And just to give you a really high level example, Air France, I flew back from Italy to Boston in business class. Instead of paying $3,000 or $4,000 to fly with Air France, I used Flying Blue miles. I think it was like 52 or 53,000 miles in $400, which again, you just transfer, whether it's from the Bilt card or there's also some other partners as well. But again, no annual fee on the Bilt card. The card also has this really cool thing called Bilt Protect. The TLDR of it is, if your credit limit isn't high enough to cover your rent, Bilt can actually connect directly to your checking account so that you can pull money directly from your checking account to pay rent, and you still get the points even if your credit limit isn't high enough. You just have to opt into it. In addition, the card also offers cell phone protection, which covers up to, I believe it's actually $800 with a $25 deductible. And you also have primary car rental insurance. Basically, rent a car, turn down their insurance, just get the one that you have automatically on your Bilt card. And one of my favorite benefits, so it's not actually a permanent benefit, is this thing known as rent days. They run this promotion, at least up to now, on the first of every month, where you double your earnings on the first day. So instead of 3x, you get 6x for dining. Instead of 2x, you get 4x for travel. Instead of 1x, you get 2x everywhere else. Unfortunately, rent is still just the 1x. But the other promotions that they've had is they'll give you transfer bonuses. For example, one of the rent days, you could transfer, let's say, 1,000 miles to Flying Blue. They'll match it with a 100% bonus, giving you another 1,000. Annual fee, of course, is 0. And my verdict for this card is, folks, if you want a no annual fee travel card, this is your card. If you pay rent, you need to get this card. And if you pay rent and you want a no annual fee travel card, this is your card. Well, this has been a really good video, folks. Hopefully this was helpful in talking about some of the no annual fee cards that get you travel perks. If you have any comments or questions, you know where to drop them. And if you'd like to support my channel, as always, my affiliate links are in the description box with my top card offers. Now I'm gonna catch you guys on the next video. Peace.